Hello, happy Monday, friends. Today is December 23rd and is the day before Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Eve, everyone. Um, so we are getting closer to the end of Vlogmas season. And it's been a great experience getting to know you and talking to you throughout this hectic, busy, and full of anxiety days. Currently it's about 3 p.m. I haven't gotten a chance to vlog because um, I've been working. I've been working mostly and haven't done anything exciting. Just wanted to say hi and I don't have anything planned. I have tomorrow and the day after as holiday and I won't be working, but I'll have some exciting stuff planned for tomorrow and the day after that. But before that, my plan is to just relax and read for after work today. I'll talk to you later. Okay. So I started Q's Legacy, and it's like talking to a friend about how irrationally you love someone, and there are places that I keep underlining the things that Helen Hanf considers luxury, like having time to read, the way she describes bookshelves, the way she describes how she felt when she found the bookseller that could send her all the books she needed, and the way she carefully writes in the margin of her favorite books in pencil. It is incredible. And what I admire in books is that it creates a mutual love between people who love and admire books. It's a common theme that when we see each other, we acknowledge books and feel like we're connected somehow. Do you agree? If you're a book lover, let me know how you feel.
East 95th Street, New York City, November 3rd, 1949. Gentlemen, books arrived safely. The Stevenson is so fine it embarrasses my orange crepe bookshelves. I'm always afraid to handle such soft vellum and heavy cream-colored pages. And being used to the dead white paper and stiff cardboardy covers of American books, I never knew a book could be such a joy to the touch.
Did you see that? How she got excited when she received the book mail? That's how I feel. Whenever I know a book is coming, I keep checking the seller's app to see where is it. I love books, and I know you do too. Hey there again. I cannot believe it is about 11 p.m. on December 23rd, 2024. I was thinking I don't have a lot of material for today. But then I ended up watching 84 Charing Crossroad, and it was very emotional for me because I was reminded of the connections that books are providing to us, and I cried at the end. I cried, spoiler alert, I cried when Frank passed away in the book, and we were informed through the letters, and I even cried during the movie. And my husband joined me watching the movie, and he was kind of looking at me like, why are you so emotional about this? He reads, but he's not a bookworm like us. Anywho, I am reading Q's Legacy by Helen Hanf currently, and I am just taking every word, because you know, boys and girls, Helene is one of us. With that being said, I know I'm one day behind on my Vlogmas, but I was going to talk to you about things you can buy for your fellow book lovers, or people who are in your life and love reading. Number one, books. Duh, it can't get more obvious than that. But there's a caveat to that. Be aware of their TBR list. Because I see a book I want, I buy it right away. So my friends try to buy me books, and I'm like, thank you so much. I'm gonna put it next to another copy that I have. But talk to them, see what their wish list is, or get an edition of a book that they're really looking forward to have, or they can't find, and you came across on a secondhand bookshop somewhere somehow. Another great book is another great gift for book lovers, or anyone in general, are mugs, coffee cups, tea mugs, with their favorite protagonist picture on it, or a favorite quote of them. That's something that always can make us happy. By us, I mean book lovers. I feel like this camera is kind of... Okay, better. The third idea, journal. You cannot go wrong with journals, because believe it or not, there's not a problem in this world that a good, thick journal cannot solve, right? Candles. There's nothing better than curling up with a good book when we set up the atmosphere with a nice candle. Oh, oh my God, it sparks joy when thinking about such a setting. Another thing that I frequently use it, you might think it's a cliche, but reading lights. When you're traveling with your partner, or with friends, and people want to sleep and you can't fall asleep, and you need the book light to just be able to read. Stickers with like quotes and inspirational stuff. Like, you can't even imagine how many stickers I have. Like, I love stickers on even on my computer. It's all over the place. So you can tell what kind of a person I am. I love art. I love engineering. I love coffee. You can tell a lot by a person's stickers. Another one is I don't endorse gift certificates as much, but you can give them a gift certificate from a local bookstore. Not Amazon, not Barnes & Noble, but a local bookstore, so that we'll be supporting our small business owners as well. And I don't know, this one I wrote it, I'm not sure if it exists, but maybe like a audiobook book subscription for like 3 months. I don't know if that exists, but just putting it out there. And then membership to local museums or parks. Again, we're supporting the community, and that's something cultural that the majority of people and book lovers enjoy. And you can buy a ticket for yourself and then gift a ticket for a fellow book lover, and then go make a day out of it. Puzzles. I'm not a puzzle person myself, but I know a lot of my friends who are into reading and into books, they love puzzles. Make sure you do your investigation and see what themes they like. So when they're making a 5,000 piece puzzle, they're not stuck with a subject that they're not really interested in. Just a thought. And this one's my favorite. You can take your fellow book lover friend to their favorite author's book signing. Yeah, it might not coincide with Christmas time, but give them a coupon. It says, for example, Kristen Han is coming to LA in February. Let's go together. Make a day out of it. Another one is a concert ticket for the book lover in your life. Or anyone. Yeah, some of these ideas can be applied to anyone, and it can promote friendship. And just remember, gifts are not monetary or materialistic. It's the idea and the thought that you put into them that counts. So even if you spend a day with your loved ones, it shows them how much you value them, and the memory is priceless. Just remember that. I was gonna bid you farewell, but then I was watching how Helen was getting emotional when she was receiving book packages, and I have my own book haul. I ordered another set of books to keep me company during this during 2 days that I'm off. This one. Okay. This is a book by. Okay, so did I tell you that I am very into playing and listening to Eric Christian's music? So I learned that I follow Eric Christian on Instagram, and I learned that he has a book of quotes. Okay, this is the right book. So the prologue starts with a quote from Robert Schumann. You write to become immortal, or because the piano happens to be open, or because you've looked into a pair of beautiful eyes. Oh my god, that is very true. Yeah, there are many times that music has inspired me. It is very emotional. Or Johann Sebastian Bach says, without my morning coffee, I am just like a dried up piece of roast goat. He is very right, you know? We believe in your wisdom, Mr. Bach. Now, these, the first chapter starts from the cafe. All artists are perfectionists, but in art, perfection can never exist. I was talking about this to my mother today, that art is never complete. It is very true even in engineering. You can go back and refine your design. It is the same with art. It is, well, any piece of invention that you introduce to the world is like your baby. So you want it to be the best version of yourself. So it is very true. That is the only reason why we continue creating, to feel some sort of satisfaction that will never exist. So that is why you have to give up perfectionism if you're a perfectionist. I am one, and I am fighting that instinct every single day. And even with this YouTube channel, I told myself, you have to get started with that. Otherwise, the channel is gonna be an idea in your mind, and you are never gonna connect with your fellow book lovers or friends. Stop chasing material things and start chasing knowledge. Material things will not lead to knowledge, but knowledge will lead to material things. Okay, I'm already loving this book. I am gonna write to Mr. Eric Christian on Instagram and let him know that his book is brilliant. I did not know that he has published a book. I'm gonna read the summary on the jacket, at the back of the jacket. Music begins where words end. Depending on where you're coming from, this also works the other way around. Indeed, there is a long tradition of artists, as not only artists but also writers, traversing the whole path between these two poles. Debussy, the composer and critic in the anonymous persona of Monsieur Croche, the dilettante hater, Nietzsche, aphorist and composer, raising hell and defying heaven in his joyful science, Van Gogh, painter and passionate diarist in the letters to his dear brother Theo. Truth be told, it's a recent invention, the idea that artists only ever do one thing. But artists have always been masters of arts in general. This includes writing, which is really another form of thinking. For if one is doing art and thought right at the right depths, at the right times, and to the right degrees, one will have no choice but to eventually hit the bedrock of existence with philosophy. Eric Christian's His Symphony of Thought is a delightful book of aphorism, an exercise in the exploration of an artist's full spectrum of thought. It is a portrait of the artist in the valleys between the mountain peaks that are his music and the window into what things might occupy the mind of a classical composer in our time. This is a review from Manasseh David Israel, The American Sublime. I am really into this book. I like his music compositions. I even asked my piano instructor that if we can practice one of these pieces. I'm currently practicing Fairy Tale 1, and I am not really good at it, but I am practicing. It's gonna be on my to-do list during this 2 days of holiday that I have. In fact, my piano teacher just messaged me saying, "Where are your lessons? Why haven't you sent me your lessons?" Because I'm taking the lessons online. This is a book that was recommended to me by a fellow bookstagrammer, The Story of French Language. Oh my god, I just can't. This is how nerdy I can get. Imagine a language with rules so complex that few people ever master it and whose speakers spend millions of dollars every year to make sure it gets used in literature, music, and film. I saw a reel on Instagram that an Instagrammer was testing Emmanuel Macron on his French language knowledge, and he couldn't answer 2 out of 3 questions. Imagine the man knowledgeable as him in the language, he couldn't succeed. That was amazing. So it tells you how difficult this language is, but it's beautiful. It's the language of romance. Consider the fact that this language is second only to English for the number of countries where it is officially spoken, and its speakers have tripled in the last 50 years. While it frightens users with its nuances, millions still seek the romance and refinement associated with it. The language is French, and this is its story. In a captivating narrative that spans the ages from Charlemagne to Kirk du Soleil, Jean Benoit Nadeau and Julie Barlow, if I'm not butchering their names, unravel the mysteries of a language that has maintained its global influence despite the rise of English. The story of French is one of the spectacular failures and unexpected successes, and includes some of history and literature's greatest figures, from William the Conqueror to Cardinal Richelieu, Madame Curie to Simone de Beauvoir. Through this colorful history, Nadeau and Barlow illustrate how French acquired its own peculiar culture. They reveal how the culture of the language spread among francophones. It's like the people who are into London culture are called anglophones, so this is francophones. The world over yet remains curiously centered on Paris. As lively as it is fascinating, the story of French challenges long-held assumptions about French and explains why it is still the world's other global language. I take it. Thank you, my friend. You know who you are for recommending these books. And this one is another bookish book. I know which one it is. My husband tells me when I open this packages, this is too loud. I apologize for that. Why am I going blurry? This is the book. Helen Hunt, if you're watching me from heaven, I get the same sensation. I know it's not comparable with what you were doing when you were getting books from your favorite bookstore, but I see books and my heart melts, okay? The Bookshop. It's another history book. It's another non-fiction book about the history of bookshops. Is there anything better than a bookshop? Perhaps a book about bookshops. This is what even Friss has given us, and like its subjects, it is a portal to endless discovery. The histories and personalities, the challenges and pleasures, everything happens behind the scenes, all come live in his marvelous account. It is a review by Glenn Adamson, author of Craft in American History. With that being said, my friend, I think it's time to say goodnight for today and wish you a very Merry Christmas Eve. And I will see you tomorrow on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone!